How much do we know about the veracity of Russia's claims at the moment?
So at the moment, the Russian claims are pretty much the like all we have to go on. Obviously, anything that comes from the Kremlin needs to be taken with a pinch of salt. But they've made some very big claims that they've taken out 16 tanks and killed 250 Ukrainian troops in an attack in the Donetsk region yesterday. There's been no official word from Kyiv on this. The government's been quite tight-lipped about it. The only kind of hint that we've had is from what's called the Stratcom Center in the Ministry of Defense, which is a Ukrainian government department. And this morning they released a statement which didn't allude to the Russian claims directly, but warned people that with the counteroffensive coming up, that there would be more Russian propaganda. And specifically, it did say that the Kremlin might prepare fake videos and photos showing damaged vehicles and dead and captured soldiers. So that's all that we've had from the Kyiv side at the moment. But there have also been like these Russian Miller bloggers, which are very prominent on Telegram, all yesterday and today, a lot of them. And again, the information from them needs to be taken with a pinch of salt as well. But there have been reports on social media of fighting along a wider front of the line.
I mean, surely an attack like this, is big enough to be verifiable pretty swiftly. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we've had a lot about the Ukrainian counteroffensive, which people speculate should start soon. But is this the Russian counteroffensive? I mean, what does it tell us about what's happening in Ukraine at the moment?
I think it's just. I mean, if you think back to a few weeks ago, everyone was referring to the long-awaited spring counteroffensive by Ukraine, and now it's being referred to as the long-awaited summer offensive. And it has just been a lot of waiting for what will come at some point. But I think as well, there's kind of preconceptions that it's going to be one massive military maneuver with loads of tanks at the same time. And that might come, but also there's been weeks and weeks of preparatory attacks, like long-range cruise missile attacks behind Russian lines. So it's a build-up to what will be the main counteroffensive, presumably in the next few weeks. Obviously, Ukraine's very, very tight-lipped about the exact start of that.
Just finally, I mean, do you think that we are beginning a new phase of the war, which could be about to get much bloodier? And how do Ukrainians feel about that? They must be exhausted.
Yeah, there's particularly in Kyiv, like at the Kyiv Post, we go out onto the streets quite often and speak to people and just kind of get the sense of how people are feeling on the ground here. And as I'm sure you're aware, there's been a massive uptick in Russian attacks on Kyiv over the last month and a bit. And like, thankfully, because of the air defenses, which are now really, really good, they've had little
impact.
They've caused little damage, but the kind of the psychological effects of being woken up every other morning at 3 a.m. by a lot of really, really loud explosions as they intercept all these missiles and drones, it is wearing. And I think people are hoping that once the counteroffensive starts, it will move it into a new direction, and we won't just kind of be sat here waiting for it. And there should be some kind of tangible gains that we can measure.